Alright, hopefully the mic I have is working, so let's give it a go. We're going to do a 321D in-tank hydraulic filter. Alright, it's a 321D in-tank hydraulic filter. Alright, let's get started. Oh, that's not a good start. Alright. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is take the cover off. Alright, take my hatch off. Alright, I'm going to get it out of the way. Alright, it's located in here. I'm just going to do standard blowgun cleaning on it. Okay. Now I'm going to pop my fill cap to vent it with a 1.25 inch. There we go. And the reason we do that is so that the oil can settle down in there and not make a big mess. Crisscross them off. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, it's not looking too bad. We want to inspect our seal. Keep all this stuff clean. Everything looks pretty good so far. I kind of do it my own way without taking out the sleeve, which is this thing right here. Caterpillar would have you turn it, I believe counterclockwise, and pull up. I'm just gonna pop this cap off, and if there's any metal, I'll put it back on and do it the proper way. I realized I don't have my 7/16 wrench, so I'm gonna have to go get that. And you saw how I just popped this out of there. And you don't really want to do this on too windy of a day when dust and debris can get in there. So today's good. I'm going to inspect my little seal here on the vent. Put it to the side, don't lose it. And I just pull up on this, like so, and set it over here. I'm going to look in here and make sure there's no metal or anything. It looks good. I'm just going to pull this one out. Okay. That's not bad at all on mess there. So you don't, if you get any in the holes, you're gonna have to blow out that oil because it'll compress when you try to put it in with an air gun and crack up your whole unit. You don't want that. I'm going to pull out my new filter. We're using aftermarket, and that's the part number. I'm going to put my hours, date, type of service. My initials. All right, now one thing about these filters that you're going to want to know is you're going to inspect to make sure that the O-rings in here are good and present. Sometimes you'll see them floating around in this bag and you want to put them back in. Sometimes they may not be there and you want to remedy that problem. All right, so I'm going to put it down in here gently, and you kind of jiggle it to where it slides down. There'll be a little lip like that down in the bottom. So I'll pull it back out just to give you a reference. It just sits in a deal like that on the bottom. Okay, let's keep it moving. Alright, so clean up my seal here and inspect my seal. I want to make sure that this seal is still good. Make sure it's not flat or dry or cracking or anything like that. Now I'm gonna center my filter. Make sure it's nice and centered. This goes to this side. There'll be a little notch here. There's the notch here. And you want that lip, this, I'm pointing at with my thumb, to go in that notch. Alright, I hope, let me make sure that's lined up still. Okay, we're good. Try to keep everything clean as possible. All right. I believe that's it. Looks like this side can go down a little further. Sometimes I'll just give it a little tap. Nope, it came up here, the seal came up. Got to pull it out again, reattach. Let's try that one more time. Alright, the seal seemed to went in good that time. Okay, let's put my vent back in. Vent cap. Oh, don't want that in there. And once again, this is not the Caterpillar recommended way of doing this. Generally, you would spin this counterclockwise and pull up and take the whole sleeve and everything out, which catches the fluid inside of here if there was metal or something like that in there. But there's no problems with this right now, so I'm just doing it this way. And this is going to go back in here. That pulling it out counterclockwise and pulling the sleeve out and everything leaves a lot of oil mess, and unless it's necessary with metal flake in it and stuff, I usually don't do it. It's my kind of way of doing it. Put my seal back in. This lines up with this handle in that dent. All right, now it's pretty important at this stage to turn it to the right hand rotation, give your gun a hit. Make sure it's not all the way up. Make sure it's down pretty low right there, that's perfect. You don't want that will snap these bolts right off. You want this low air pressure. Believe me, that's more than enough. If that was turned all the way up, it would break these heads right off. At least with this gun. If you're working with a cheap gun, you might need it up a little higher. All right. All right. That part's done. I can go ahead and just snug up my cap with this. Just ratchet's fine. I don't want to overdo everything. Let's get it a little snug. That's good. All right, now let's get our cover back on. Crisscross. All right. Now what I like to do is clean a little spot around the fill cap. And I'm putting the hours and the type of service here because the next guy can't read my mind. But if they see the hours and type of service, they'll know that that was changed. And that's how I like to do it. And you notice on here, it's got the hours when it was last done, type of service, and the date. I don't put the exact day, the month is good enough. And that's it for the intake hydraulic filter on a 321D. Now I just got to clean up my mess and get out of here.